Why embracing loneliness can actually improve your well-being after 70. As we grow older, loneliness is often seen as something to be avoided at all costs. It's a feeling many people dread, associating it with sadness, isolation, and mental decline. For seniors, especially those over 70, the fear of loneliness can be particularly overwhelming, especially if they've experienced the loss of a spouse or close friends. Society often portrays loneliness as something that should be fixed, something that signals a problem that needs solving. But what if embracing loneliness, rather than fearing it, could actually improve your well-being and mental health in the later years of life? At first glance, the idea of welcoming loneliness may seem counterintuitive. After all, social connections, companionship, and family are considered essential to a fulfilling life. While these are undoubtedly important, there's also a growing body of research suggesting that loneliness, when approached in the right way, can be a transformative and healing experience. Embracing solitude may lead to greater self-awareness, creativity, and peace of mind, especially as we reach our later years. In this article, we'll explore how embracing loneliness, rather than avoiding it, can improve your well-being after the age of 70. We'll delve into the psychological, emotional, and physical benefits of solitude, showing how it can lead to a deeper sense of fulfillment, independence, and even increased longevity. So, if you're navigating the challenges of aging and loneliness, read on. There may be more to this experience than you think. 1. Solitude helps you connect with yourself. As we get older, it's easy to become distracted by the hustle and bustle of life, often losing sight of who we are and what we truly want. The demands of raising children, building a career, and maintaining social relationships can sometimes drown out our own voices. After 70, when the children have grown, and the responsibilities of work and family have diminished, there's an opportunity to finally reconnect with yourself. Embracing loneliness allows you the time and space to do just that. Consider someone like Betty, a 75-year-old woman who spent much of her life caring for others, her children, her spouse, and even her aging parents. After her children left home, and her husband passed away, she found herself alone for the first time in decades. Initially, Betty struggled with loneliness, feeling disconnected from the world around her. But over time, she began to embrace the quiet moments. Instead of filling her days with distractions, she took up journaling and spent more time reflecting on her life, her values, and her passions. By spending time alone, Betty rediscovered hobbies and interests she had long neglected, from painting to reading books she once loved. She found that the solitude helped her to develop a deeper sense of self-awareness, giving her a renewed sense of purpose. Solitude gives you the opportunity to reflect, ask important questions, and reconnect with who you really are. Without the constant noise of external expectations and obligations, you can hear your inner voice more clearly. This process of self-reflection can lead to greater happiness, peace of mind, and a stronger sense of identity. 2. Loneliness encourages mindfulness and presence. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it can be difficult to live in the present moment. Technology, social media, and the pressures of modern life can create a sense of disconnection from ourselves and the world around us. When you embrace loneliness, however, you are given the gift of time to slow down and practice mindfulness, an essential skill for mental well-being, particularly as we age. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. It's about noticing your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with awareness and acceptance. This practice has been shown to reduce stress, improve emotional regulation, and enhance cognitive function. For seniors, mindfulness can be especially beneficial as it helps reduce anxiety and depression that often arise from feelings of isolation. Take Harold, a 78-year-old man who spent much of his life as a busy professional. After retiring, he found himself increasingly alone and disconnected. Instead of fighting the loneliness, he decided to embrace it. Harold started practicing mindfulness meditation every morning. He focused on his breath, becoming more attuned to his thoughts and sensations. With time, Harold found that he was more grounded and less anxious about the future. The solitude became an opportunity for him to connect with the present moment, which, in turn, improved his emotional and mental health. Embracing loneliness offers a unique opportunity to practice mindfulness, allowing you to experience life as it is, without the distractions of daily obligations and social pressures. In doing so, you can improve your mental clarity, reduce stress, and enhance your overall well-being. 3. Solitude fosters creativity and new interests. Many people assume that as we get older, our creativity declines. But the truth is, solitude can actually fuel creativity, offering the mental space and time needed to explore new ideas and passions. When you're not constantly busy with social engagements, work, or other distractions, your mind can wander freely, allowing creative thoughts to emerge. For example, Nancy, a 72-year-old retiree, was initially frustrated by her newfound solitude after her children moved out and her social circle shrank. She felt disconnected and uncertain about how to fill her days. However, after some time, Nancy began to experiment with different creative hobbies. She tried her hand at knitting, started writing poetry, and even took up photography. Without the pressure of being busy or constantly needing to socialize, Nancy's creative energy flowed naturally. She found joy in expressing herself in new ways and even started sharing her work with friends and family. Solitude encourages you to explore new avenues of creativity without fear of judgment or time constraints. Whether it's writing, painting, gardening, or any other form of artistic expression, solitude can provide the space to tap into your creative potential and experience a renewed sense of purpose and satisfaction. 4. Loneliness can improve your physical health. While it might seem counterintuitive, loneliness can actually improve your physical health when it leads to a more balanced lifestyle. When you're constantly surrounded by people or obligations, it's easy to overexert yourself, neglect your own needs, or engage in unhealthy habits out of social pressure. Solitude, on the other hand, can encourage you to focus more on self-care and maintain a healthy routine. Consider Margaret, a 70-year-old woman who used to feel pressured to socialize or engage in activities she didn't enjoy. After embracing solitude, she found that she could focus on her own physical health. She began taking daily walks, eating healthier, and getting enough sleep, all without the distractions of social commitments. Margaret noticed that as she spent more time alone, her energy levels increased, and she felt more in tune with her body. Solitude can lead to better physical health by allowing you to prioritize your needs without feeling guilty. It can encourage healthy routines, such as exercise, meal preparation, and rest, that might otherwise be compromised by the demands of a busy, social lifestyle. When you embrace loneliness, you give yourself the space to focus on your health and well-being, which can ultimately lead to greater longevity. 5. Embracing solitude can strengthen your relationships. Paradoxically, spending time alone can improve your relationships with others. When you embrace loneliness, you give yourself the chance to reconnect with your inner self, which makes it easier to connect with others in a more meaningful way. Solitude allows you to step back from the daily demands of socializing, giving you a fresh perspective on your relationships. Look at John, a 76-year-old man who had always been the life of the party and the center of his social circle. After his wife passed away, he found himself isolated, and his relationships began to feel shallow and strained. Instead of rushing to fill the silence with activities or social engagements, John decided to embrace the solitude. He started taking more time for himself, reflecting on what he truly wanted from his relationships. As a result, he began reaching out to friends and family with a new sense of clarity, choosing to engage in deeper, more meaningful conversations. He found that his connections were more fulfilling, and he enjoyed his social time much more than before. Spending time alone can give you the perspective and emotional clarity needed to build stronger, healthier relationships. When you're not relying on others for your sense of purpose or happiness, you can interact with them from a place of genuine connection, rather than dependence or obligation. 6. Solitude provides a sense of inner peace. One of the most profound benefits of embracing loneliness is the sense of inner peace it can bring. Solitude allows you to step away from the noise and distractions of everyday life, offering the chance to reconnect with your inner self. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by external pressures, but embracing solitude gives you the freedom to cultivate peace within. For example, Helen, a 70-year-old woman, spent much of her life caring for others and staying busy. After retirement, she initially felt lost and anxious about the future. However, as she started spending more time alone, she found solace in the stillness. She began practicing meditation and spending quiet time outdoors, where she could connect with nature and clear her mind. Over time, Helen discovered that solitude was not something to be feared, but rather an opportunity to find peace and calm within herself. By embracing solitude, you can cultivate a sense of inner peace that allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience. This peace can provide a sense of security and emotional well-being, which contributes to a longer, healthier life. Final thoughts. Embracing loneliness after 70 can seem intimidating, but it can actually be a path to greater well-being and fulfillment. Rather than seeing solitude as something negative, it's important to recognize its transformative potential. Solitude offers opportunities for self-reflection, creativity, mindfulness, and peace, key components for a happy and healthy life as you age. By welcoming loneliness, you give yourself the space to reconnect with your inner self, improve your physical health, and build stronger, more meaningful relationships. In a world that often prioritizes constant social interaction, solitude offers a rare and valuable opportunity for personal growth and contentment. So, if you find yourself spending more time alone, instead of feeling lonely or isolated, try to embrace it. Use this time to nurture your well-being and create a life that's centered on your own needs and desires. Embrace the quiet moments, for they may be the key to living a longer, more fulfilling life.